David Banner.
So this is Dirtbag Corey when he's at home.
AKA Naked Head Ted.
AKA Adjust the Nipples. Regina.
Huh?
Why don't you ever want to be a part of our jokes?
I ain't got time to be adjusting the nipples and all that stuff y'all talking about.
She said I ain't got time to adjust nipples. You gotta adjust them so everything else sounds right. You want the sound quality. So you get those right. Everything else flow after that.
I'm not gonna ask any other questions. I know you have something else to say about it.
I don't. I'm not feeling well. I'm sick.
No, that other guy on the other side of you.
Getting wet and soaked. It's raining outside. It is. It was flood warnings all weekend.
Oh.
Corey, how did the dogs act this?
The dogs always act like how they act. I do got a funny story about my dog, the puppy though.
All right, let's go.
So we keep the puppy in the crate, like, you know, when we're sleeping or when we're not home. And so he's big, he's like 70 pounds now. And so one night we were sitting in the room about to go to sleep, and we just hear this racket, because we keep his crate out in the living room. And we just hear this racket in his crate. We're like, what the hell is going on? So we walk out there, and he had curled up his bed, and he was sitting there humping his bed. It was the funniest thing.
He was fucking the bed.
Yeah, he was going in on the bed.
So his pink thing was out how you be walking around.
No, man.
Corey, I know you could have came with a better story. You just opened up the floodgate.
The dog.
But it's the dog. I'm not talking about me.
I know, but
Oh yeah, you right. Bring it back to the light. I gotta come
Regina,
back.
what did you do for the Pagan Love Day?
I didn't do anything for the Pagan Love Day because guess what? It's a Pagan Love Day.
Oh, so you don't celebrate Valentine's Day?
I do not.
Corey, what did you do?
We just had crab legs at the crib and just kicked it.
That sounds awesome.
So y'all literally got it cracking?
Now that was funny.
With the way you sound like the West Side Connection right there?
Whoop-de-whoop.
You know what I'm about to say now?
Skeeter.
Cousin Skeeter. Tommy Nova! What you do for Valentine's Day?
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy, you feel?
Steak dinner, you know, nothing crazy.
It's not dinner, just
Nothing extra.
Nah. Yeah, so wait, what's up, bro? Like so much sports happen. What
Well, over the weekend?
Yeah.
That was all-star break. Football season over, so I kind of basketball. That shit's so soft.
Really?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I watch it, of course, but
Do you play?
what, basketball? I play at the gym sometime, but it's soft. You can't really take, you know. Then you see they rob a boy in the dunk contest, and
He said he done with that shit. Now, I don't blame him either.
Then you got, like, I don't know. How you got fucking people who can't even touch rim judging the dunk contest? I thought that shit was kind of strange, but okay. With all Dominique and all them sitting on the sideline, Dr. J, but they can't be the judges.
Yeah, and everybody.
Why is that though?
I don't, because they fucking
Well,
retarded.
I was wondering. I'm
How
like,
do a
why
condom
is-
motherfucker judging a dunk
Why
contest?
is that person judging?
Well, this is what I always say. When
Publicity, right?
When you don't have talent, I think white people are always trying to find a way to control the game because they can't personally be active in it anymore because they don't have the talent to. So they're always gonna switch up and try to find a way, and then you end up fucking the game up. Like, come on, dude, it was obvious. This is the second time this dude didn't get fucked over in the dunk contest, and he actually was one of the people that was making it interesting again. Like, now you got the dude that make the shit interesting, not even want to fuck with it, and I wouldn't fuck with it if I was him either. You know what I'm saying? So, again, he's motherfucking
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron
Hold on,
Gordon,
say his
shout
name.
out.
Let me finish this rant, and then we're gonna say his name.
Oh Lord.
Crackers done fucked it up again. Okay, go ahead.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah. Shout out to Aaron Gordon, man. We sorry that they fucked over you like that, bro. But us and the same kids that love Trick Daddy love you. Trick love the kids.
Trick love the kids.
Dirtbag, how did you feel about this weekend's festivities?
I actually didn't watch too much of the festivities because I was working. I caught the highlights of the game just a little bit, and they changed it up. They did a game every quarter for this one.
Well, no, what they did is they made they made the 3 quarters count separately, and then they added the scores back up and made people play to a specific score in the fourth quarter. In each quarter, they were awarded $100,000 to their specific charity.
Oh, that's dope.
Now, the thing that I heard was that they bit that off of the Big 3. Is that true?
I'm not sure.
I heard Ice Cube was. I saw that on Instagram today.
We talk about playing to a set score.
Well, I don't know which part.
I think they talk about this playing to a set score. What they did with that last at the end of the first 3 quarters, what they did was they added on 24 points for Kobe for the high score. So you had to score 24 points on from that. You know what I'm saying? I think LeBron's team and them won, but they was down 9, so they actually had to score 33 points to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was cool, though, how they did that, because they was actually D'ing up. I've never seen cats argue with the refs in the All-Star game. That shit was kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
They was arguing with the refs?
Oh, yeah, they was calling fouls and stuff. They was complaining and stuff in that fourth quarter.
You know what I think it was, though? Them same kids that they were playing for were sitting right there next to, I'm talking about like courtside.
Oh, yeah, they were right there.
So they looking at them kids like, damn, them kids look like y'all fucking over our future. Motherfucker, you need to get back down court. Them kids was coaching, man. Come on, man. This shit rough in this bitch, man.
Right. I got a question to ask.
What's that?
All right, I was having a talk with somebody, and we was kind of just comparing things. Like, we was talking about, like, even, like, with anything, athletes, music, or whatever. What do you feel, what do you put, what do you grade higher for someone who does something solid, like, well, for a long span of time, or somebody who might be a shorter span of time, but they apex is just, like, untouchably high?
Oh, man. That's a great question. I guess it would be just the effect that a person had on the team. But I would guess if a person had a really long career, but I guess they didn't get the chip. I guess everybody judges things different.
Right. But that's why I was asking for you, which one is more impressive?
The chip.
Like being like somebody, I mean, like whatever it be, like your apex was just like incredibly high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah. But as an artist, like I guess judging other artists, but I guess as an artist, the sustainability of a long, I would much be. I don't mean no disrespect in the artist when I say this, but I'd rather have a Tribe Called Quest career than like an artist that done it really big and then fell off. I guess I would rather had a sustainability to be able to tour for a long time and affect culture over a long span of time than like go diamond and then don't nobody want to buy your records no more.
And when I say like just a high, I don't mean just like, oh, your apex was just like a snap in the, like a flash in the dark. I mean like what was a respectable amount of time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I guess to just give an easy comparison, it's like, you look at like certain stuff, like LeBron gonna pass Jordan statistically and everything, but he ain't got a 8 to 6 year run, not even close to Mike's apex 8 to 6 year run when he did them 3-peats back, them 2 sets of 3-peats. Like that apex is just so high, and what he was doing in those years is like, ain't nobody touching that. But then overall for longevity to be 16, 17 years in, still playing like he playing, it's like, okay, but which one do you take?
And then I think also what ends up happening is then when you look at it too, when I talk about someone like Mike ruined people's careers, bro. Like Cleveland.
Like nobody, it was people that didn't win simply because he existed.
Simply because he existed, right? That's what I mean. Like their whole careers were thrown. Like I was like Cleveland, period. Like that whole team was derailed simply because he existed.
Pat Ewing.
Pat Ewing. Shout out to Pat Ewing. Thank you, bro. But
oh wow.
Wow.
What?
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
You know that.
Pat know that.
Mike is man.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But thanks,
Just
Pat.
saying.
But thanks, Pat. That sounds like some shit Karan would have done right there.
Right. I wasn't even thinking.
We're about ready.
Where's that? No, wait.
All right, so today's Black business is Tahira Habibi. She is a wine sommelier, and she is the founder of Hue Society. It's an organization committed to the inclusion and education of women. Can you hear me better? And people of color in the wine industry. Mm-hmm. So we're going to bring her in now.
Okay. Ready?
And let her show us what she's got. Come on, girl.
How are you? Welcome
I'm
to the
good.
David Banner Podcast.
Thank you, David Banner, for having me on the David Banner Podcast.
Well, honored. You Black and you do great business.
I try.
Okay. No, you do.
You do.
It's happening.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Did he say my name? Did you say my name right?
I said your name, so hopefully I did. But you say it again and we'll know.
Tahira.
I was close. Close, but no cigar.
Tahira Habibi.
I got that part right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody Habibi for it. So I'm a Som. I've been in the wine industry. I've been studying wine for about 12 years. I started my career at the St. Regis in Miami. I opened that. And then I moved on to a couple other places in Miami. And then I was just tired of the regular questions like, oh, you're a Som, or, what do you know about wine? Or Black people like wine, or, people just consistently with the microaggressions.
What's a Som?
A Som is a wine expert. More specifically, a wine expert that works in a restaurant or has worked in a restaurant on the floor, serving, creating wine lists, inventory.
Okay. Yeah. If someone wants to head down that path as a consumer, like I say, well, I want to customize my palate. Well, how would they start?
You got to study. It's a lot of studying, but it's more.
I mean, more as a consumer, not as a seller.
You have to study.
Yeah.
You have to, and when I say study, I'm not talking about like read books. Like you need to drink, and drink a lot, and you need to be able to differentiate. You gotta.
I'm already. I mean,
you gotta be able to tell the difference in between the red wines and the white wines, and not just by color, but you got to be able to identify nuances and all of that kind of stuff. And so, if that is a career that you want, you have to study, and it's expensive because.
So you want to know something funny? I used to travel around to the different wineries, and I enjoyed the descriptions that they used to have of all of the wines. It was always funny to me. Like, it was really dope.
They get you, or they have like descriptions that you're like, what the fuck is that? It's like, oh, this tastes like cat pee, or this smells like cat pee. You're like, wait, what? But a lot of people.
I've never heard that. Cat pee.
People still want to drink it?
It's like
Deborah
cat
Corey! Cat piss!
Why
you look at me?
He know what dog piss.
Yeah, when you it's like when people trying to be fancy schmancy and they describe stuff like Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand has a very distinct flavor and has a very distinct smell, and some people pick up cat pee. It's the truth, I swear to God.
Where were you raised?
I'm from North Philly.
Okay.
And that was the other thing. It's like,
born and raised.
yeah, it's right. People are always so surprised, like, oh, something came out of North Philly that wasn't like, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, yes, there are lots of beautiful things in North Philly. Like, but I'm not, that doesn't mean that, I mean, yeah, I was an anomaly as far as like the wine for sure. Like nobody, you dodging bullets. Ain't nobody thinking about pairing no damn wine with your dinner or, what wine we drinking tonight. So that's different for sure.
Okay. Well, what set you down that path?
I went to Penn State, very, very white school, and I became homecoming queen at this very white school. And I've always been very conscious of, and I think we all kind of are, the responsibility you have on your back, being a Black person in a leadership position. And
that's a very, very white school. I've spoken there several times. And a friend of mine went to school there, and They set them up. Yes, that's a very
it's
it's a very specific school, I may say.
It is.
Yeah.
And so I was in a lot of leadership positions, and I had to go to receptions, and I had to go to this and go to that. And I noticed how people would look at me. Like, first of all, I was like, oh, okay, we have our, and then it was also, we had to drink wine. That's all they served. And this was like 15 or so years ago.
She said, or so.
Or so.
But you know what you can say? Oh, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
When you eat soup,
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
what do you like eating your soup with?
A spoon.
And what else? Like something.
Crackers.
Fuck you, crackers. Penn State ass crackers.
What's happening right now?
Yeah. So I learned how to
The
conduct
North
myself.
Philly came out, boy. Hell yeah. And it's Joan.
It come out every once in a
And
while.
it's Joe.
It come out every once in a while, like unexpectedly, like
It's Joan.
don't you play with me kind of thing. For sure.
Yeah. So what has been one of the things that that you want to make easier for the next Black woman that comes after you? What is something that was you would say that was adverse for you that you want to help make better?
Representation. I mean, access. Like when I started, people were not used to seeing a Black woman in that position, a Black woman that knew anything about wine, and a Black woman that was like in a leadership position in the wine space. So they were kind of just like, and I have tattoos, I have a mohawk now, but I had a mohawk then. And it's a very white male dominated field, especially then. Now it's a lot more integrated. And yeah, okay. Go ahead, hit your crack.
No,
She said, go ahead and hit your crack.
no, she didn't.
You can come back anytime you want to.
And so, it was shocking for them. I think now it's a lot more normalized. And so, even with my page, I make sure that you can see yourself, you feel comfortable, and you know that it's something that you're able to do. Because nobody came to me and was like, hey, you could do a career in wine. I kind of was working, and I saw like the wine director in my restaurant was a woman, and I was like, oh, well, I know no Black people doing this, so I can damn sure, kind of crack this door open a little bit. And so I just went with that. But
were there any allies? Were there any people that you want to shout out and thank them who actually made your path a little bit easier? Anybody that you want to shout out?
When I opened the St. Regis, there was a little French man, and he's very French. Like, the accent is as thick as in balls, right? And so
You can curse. It's fine.
I'm trying.
No, you can.
I'm trying-
I want you to.
can. I know I
balls.
can. I'm trying.
Please. Regina said balls. Hold on. Regina has never said balls until you came. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I believe that was the reference.
I pray for you all the time.
Thank you.
It's a lot.
Who do you pray to? Who do you pray to?
The universe.
Okay, not.
What, the cracker Jesus?
Boy, well, I cannot.
Oh my God.
Well, they say they turn water into wine.
Well,
Speaking of.
so let's open some wine. Let's
Teach us something about some
crack
wine.
some bottles.
She had moves with it too. Did you see that? I cannot.
So all of these
Some do
wines.
that. Some do that. Correct. Some.
I'm from North Philly.
Oh, okay.
It's always playing in the background, just so we're clear. And that was a problem working at the St. Regis too, right?
Really?
I've always been myself. It's like, and so I would go to tables or I would do stuff, and they were like, "You can't do that." And I'm like,
And why not? As long as my shit tastes good.
or like people would send me away from tables. I've literally been sent away from tables.
What?
As long as my shit tastes good.
Right.
If she said that.
No, she can't. I mean, but you know what I mean, dog.
Back to the wine.
Yeah. Oh, you ready to? Look,
I'm ready to learn.
no, you ready to drink?
I'm ready to learn about wine.
Hilarious.
I have so much to learn.
Do you?
I do.
So what is the wine knowledge in the room? Like who feels like they know a little something? Who's like
I'm like in kindergarten.
yeah,
Who
no,
drinks the most?
No.
Oh.
Who knows something, she said.
Who feels
Who
like
has knowledge
who
of
feels
wine?
comfortable?
Dirtbag Corey.
Okay.
Nobody? See, I told you.
All right. So
So teach.
We're gonna learn a little something today. So all of these are Black brands. And I specialize in that. I make sure that I create economic access and inclusion for underrepresented brands. And so anytime I go anywhere, even if the tasting is not for Black people or all that, I always take a Black brand, at least one. And so this is actually Isaiah Thomas's wine.
Word?
Nice.
Yeah, the Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Detroit Pistons.
So he was,
Chi-Town.
right. He's so he was the first family to create a champagne, and this is a champagne. So very quickly, there's a difference between bubbles. So there is champagne, and there's prosecco, and there's cava, and whatever. So as a general rule, just so we're clear, and you don't go and embarrass yourself, if it's not made in Champagne, France, Champagne is a place in France. A lot of people don't recognize that either. It's not champagne.
Oh, so if it's not from Champagne, France, it's not Champagne?
No.
Even though it says Champagne.
It
It's,
shouldn't say champagne.
It shouldn't
I
say
mean,
champagne.
there's
if it's
some
not.
stuff in California that still says champagne,
I
and it's
know,
ridiculous.
I've seen it in
It's
the
not even
grocery
close.
store. And I know it's not from
So,
France.
you know, you got to put some respect on that because this is a real labor-intensive process that goes with this.
Learn something new today. Champagne
So, yeah,
better be
this is,
from Champagne.
This is Isaiah's wine. He has 3 different.
He was one of my favorite players, too, so I'm excited.
Awesome. I love him. Like he's so soft-spoken.
He was a bad boy.
He's so soft-spoken. He's just like.
Why are you smiling and stuff like that?
So the other thing I want to point out is this thing that we love to do with popping bottles.
Right?
Right? You're not really supposed to do that.
Oh.
I mean.
Well, why
if you
not?
choose- Because it's just not the way you. First of all, it's dangerous.
It is dangerous. That's why I'm wondering why
No.
that's kind of going this
No,
direction.
I'm good. You good.
Fucking places we from.
A lot more fly around the damn corkscrews.
You know what I'm talking
Oh, well, I mean,
You up, though. Corkscrew fuck you up.
about? Yeah, bullets we
Boy, this song is off the chain. I like it, though. I like it.
But I have my hand on the thing. That's why my
Okay.
hand is big.
Thank you so much, 'cause I love my eyes.
I have never popped anybody in the face with a corkscrew. So anyway. Oh, Jesus. This one over here, boy.
Oh, sorry. There
See,
you
you're
go.
not even
See?
supposed to hear it open.
Oh, that was pretty smooth.
Right.
That was actually very. That was cool.
That's why she's the song.
So when you gonna get your own?
Champagne?
Yeah. Not what champagne, well, wine, champagne, whatever you decide
And-
you're gonna have.
What do you
Who
prefer,
wants
wine or
bubbles?
champagne?
He's like, here you go. That's what you heard. Run me mine.
Let's trade.
I'm
have a very
not sure I
little-
really want to own a brand. I'm happy just
ain't even
representing
listening to
and
me.
me.
It's okay.
You asked me a question?
Thanks, guys.
Oh. Anybody else?
No,
No?
I'm gonna wait for the red.
Really? You're not gonna taste Isaiah's wine? I'm gonna tell him to.
You can. I got the flu, baby.
All right. Fine.
I'm actually not supposed to be drinking anything.
Wait, you got the flu. Like, how contagious is this flu?
Very.
Scheiße.
Oh, I know
It's
what
dry,
that
huh?
is. That's
Sure
shit.
is dry.
Yeah.
So what do you drink?
I'm not just. You don't
Focus,
think I'm
Danielson.
international?
What do we drink dry wine with?
Anything. Yeah. Yeah. No. So with this, I would drink with seafood. Oysters, that kind of stuff. It's a little dry for you, I can tell from your face, because you're kind of just making it.
It's a little dry, but it's okay.
I can't handle it face. But yeah, you drink seafood. I mean, you eat it with seafood, light pasta, salad, that kind of stuff. Do you you guys want to move on?
Yes.
No.
To a different wine.
done with that one?
I mean,
I had
you
all I
can-
can from that one.
All right, well, let's go.
You could keep
I need
sipping,
to drive
but
home tonight.
No, let's go.
So the next wine that I brought is from Nasiki. It's called Eslina. So this is a South African wine, and I've really been on this South African thing this year because a lot of people think that when they support or drink South African wine, they're supporting Black people, and that's not true. Only about 8% of winemakers in South Africa are Black. And then you have this modern day slavery that's kind of going on over there with the winemakers. So I'm always very conscious of the brands that I support coming out of there because, you know, they're paying them in liquor or, you know, paying them like $37 a month. They created environments in which they're forced to work. And again, they'll pay them in liquor or they will pay them very low wages, but they're keeping them at this space where...
If you want to give us a list of those companies, Tommy Nova will put them at the bottom of the screen and we'll say, fuck them.
Oh, well, that's a majority of them. So it's probably a shorter list of the ones that don't.
Okay, so then...
That's awesome. I like how you put the split on that.
No, but
I understand what you were saying.
But if you don't acknowledge those that are, then we can never get them out of the way.
That's
So
true.
do you want to? Are you saying then you want a partial list?
We could get the partial list, a whole list. We can run the motherfuckers for the whole thing.
Like credits on a movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can be like, fuck them
I told
racist
you.
ass crackers.
So that's one of the things that I'm really going to be focusing on at Essence this year with the Black Wine Experience is doing a big South African activation and making sure like I'm trying to bring her over. She's actually the first Black woman winemaker in South Africa.
Nice.
And then she became the winemaker of the year in 2009, I think it was.
You are from North Philly, boy.
What?
She took that blade out and
Boy, you
cut
see?
the shit out that motherfucker, didn't you? She said, we'll cut you. You ever cut somebody?
Now, how do you pronounce her name again? The wine?
Nasiki.
Nasiki. Okay.
You're not going to answer my question.
You have another question?
Now I have another glass though.
Oh, okay.
So just fuck my question, huh?
What kind of cut are we talking about here?
Well,
Like-
you could pick it. If you cut a motherfucker, you cut a motherfucker.
Nah, I'm not incriminating myself.
So not to...
Okay, that's good.
So this is Sauvignon Blanc, like I was saying, but this is not from New Zealand. It's from South Africa, so it's a lot smoother. If anybody's ready for the next taste, just, slide your glass down
Okay.
or whatever.
Boy, you
we
see them
doing here.
coming? Here they come.
Here they come. But, Jesus. But what I was saying about this particular wine,
Oh, Tommy, you way over there. Which one do you want, sir?
if you, kind of put
Watch
your
over
nose
that
in
board,
it.
though. I ain't paying for that shit. Don't fuck it up. What?
I need a glass. If you
need a
swirl
glass?
this though and you put your nose in it, and
Okay, tell us about swirling and putting your nose
right,
in.
so everybody thinks it's so pretentious, right? So we're gonna do a quick lesson on how to like really taste wine like a pro, right?
Thank you.
So what you're doing is you pour about an ounce.
What would be the right environment music for this?
I don't know, The Baby. Oh, David Banner music.
No, I don't care what kind of music.
She's so funny.
Oh, okay.
No, Corey, give her like some background music or some shit
Don't
like
give me
that.
no. So look, so
I want it to be
listen.
an environment.
We're gonna do 3 quick S's, right? And so you swirl it, which everybody, again, they think that it's pretentious, but there is a reason why you swirl wine. It's to open it up. Wine is, wine's molecules, they open up by oxygen. So you wanna swirl the wine a little bit, right? And you can even smell it now. So you swirl it, you smell it, and you taste wine with your nose. You don't taste wine with your palate necessarily because you're using your olfactory glands. And so all the things you've ever smelled in the world, they're coming out of this glass or, you're familiarizing yourself with it, right? So if you smell it, then you start picking things out. You smell like anything. Grapefruit. That'll lead you a little. Grapefruit, maybe some grass,
Right.
minerals.
Keep swirling and smelling.
And sometimes it just smells like wine, but it just takes practice, honestly. You just have to open it up.
Smells good.
And then you sip it. So those are the 3 S's. You swirl, you smell,
Swirl,
you sip.
smell, sip.
I swear.
Okay.
I taste with my nose too.
I'm gonna punch you in the nose.
Swirl it and smell it.
Swirl, scratch, and sniff.
That was a little sweeter, no?
That one is sweeter.
Yeah. See, it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. It smelled
wasn't.
like it was going to be like.
You're right. I did
It's
think
good.
that.
So you got to give it a try.
I am.
Martin.
So you like that one? A little bit more. Are you
I like
sweet?
red
You a
wine.
sweet? You a red wine or a sweet wine?
Red.
Red,
Sweet.
sweet. Sweet, red.
Just alcohol. No, I'm the worst.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Can I tell you what you did?
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, this is the wildest shit I ever seen anybody on the fucking planet consume drinking wise. This dude, he got a whole thing of Henny. He banging it. He like, you drinking? I'm like, nah, man, I gotta drink this protein shake and shit. He said, yeah, give me some of the protein. This motherfucker mixed a whole cup of Hennessy with like Hennessy straight with chocolate protein, shook it up and drunk it. Like, taste it, this shit good. I said, dude, what the fuck is wrong with
Corey,
you, man?
when you first met me, I was such an alcoholic that I didn't feel right. I would drink in the morning before I ate breakfast.
That's crazy.
Like my liver started rejecting alcohol.
Like, he had a Hennessy protein shake. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you go work out
Glad
after?
you changed.
But what was the source of that? Like, why?
I went from being homeless to being a millionaire in like a week.
Did it mess up your head?
Well, no, not really. Just all the attention. The human brain wasn't made for that. Like you go from being private to everybody knowing you, everybody phone ringing every 10 minutes. That's a fucking lot. You know what I'm saying? And then people also have to understand that you're an artist. So certain doors open in your spirit and in your mind regardless because you're an artist.
Right.
So I think the drugs and the alcohol are really to slow the mind down.
Do you think that's why so many artists are popping pills and taking them back?
Well,
regularly?
first of all, a lot of younger artists, they don't know how to take drugs. Like when you're on downers, you're supposed to stay on downers. When you're on uppers, you're supposed to stay on uppers. Motherfuckers is snorting and smoking and tooting and popping. Like can't do everything
what the
together.
hell is a downer and an upper?
It brings you down, keeps you calm. Is that what a downer is?
The downers bring
And an upper have you.
Go ahead, Lou.
Crack, upper, heroin, downer.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I've never done drugs. I have no idea.
I've never done drugs either, but I got that one. Got that
never knew what crack was.
reference.
Crack is an upper.
I didn't know crack was an upper.
He went straight
I didn't
into
know crack
it.
was an upper.
Crack was an upper?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, they be
I thought it was that powder.
They be geek
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that's right.
So that's why they up.
That's an upper. You see when they be nodding off
I
the
seen
heroin.
the crack
That
epidemic.
heroin.
Whoa, it was terrible.
leaning.
They be about to
be
fall
leaning.
out their seat on that boy.
Ooh, y'all killing my wine high right now.
Go ahead. You want to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Hey, this is the happiest we've ever seen Regina.
If it's food or drink, she with it.
Mind your business,
But
Solomon.
listen, when she was out with me, I asked her to have a drink with me, and she told me, no, you owe me now.
I don't actually owe you.
Oh, that's how you gonna
anything.
do me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Remember that.
All right, what's next?
You are such a
When you
brat.
call like, hey,
So-
Lee,
Hi, Sully.
can
This
you do
is
me a favor?
He said F you.
Oh, I got some of that at the house.
Oh, you got Lafette?
Yeah,
Who said it?
I do.
He trying to read the label.
Oh, yeah.
I've been looking at that bottle in the house for a long time. I forgot where I got it from. I just ain't.
Well,
drink
just
it.
bring
Yeah,
it to
so
me
this
then.
is
You don't need it.
from
No, you just played me.
my boy. His name is
See how quick
Donnie
it turned?
Burston. He's actually the first black man to own a rosé out of Saint Tropez.
Say his name.
Nice.
Say his name again.
Donnie Burston.
Okay.
Donnie used to work.
Donnie, is he
Donnie-
from? He's from here, right?
Yeah. Well, he's not from
I
here.
mean,
He's from Baltimore, but he went to Clark.
He worked here, yeah.
Yeah, he used to work for
That
Moet
Donnie?
Hennessy for a long time, so a lot of people in the industry knew
That
him,
is
and
so
then he broke
awesome.
off. Yeah.
That's really dope. Shout out to Donnie.
And it's like a great wine. It's a very high quality rosé. So, I'm always I'm so proud of him. It's so dope.
Can we make sure that we get like all of these people if they have
Yes.
websites or social media so we can make sure that people follow and support?
Yes.
Yes,
If you can give me a list
absolutely.
of all the wines, I
I
want to make
will.
sure. that I
Hey,
can
how
buy
can
some of
how
these.
can our fans support you the most? What is there anywhere that they can go? Anything that because we want to support you specifically.
Specifically.
I'm sleeping here tonight, just so y'all know.
Regina, why you be
So
scared?
I have an organization. It's called Hue Society, which is wow. There's lots of glasses coming at me right now.
Toast. Cheers to you.
Which again focuses on the on creating access and economic empowerment and development for Black wine brands. And so I do an event every year. It's called the Black Wine Experience. It's at Essence. And it's all Black brands, producers, distributors. It's like a family celebration. We all come together. It's so dope, and it's like my proudest thing that I do with this brand so far. We are also launching this year something called Blackfluence, which we are having cultural conversations around Black people and their influence and how we use it. So, for example, why are you going to buy a Moet when you have Sherlin? Right. So,
we need to get you on Drink Champs too. We gotta holler at Nori so you can go over there.
It's a taste preference sometimes, but if we are talking about economics and putting back into the community and making sure that we are getting our freedom consistently, then why are you not promoting Black brands? And if they're quality Black brands. So, for instance, you love Moscato. They're a Black Moscato. I'm not saying, stop drinking what you drink. I'm just saying include it. Make sure that, if you're going on your platform, you're using your platform to promote the people who look like you and who, are underrepresented.
Fuck that cracker shit.
Wow.
This one. Wow.
That's how I feel.
So what would
What's
you
a
drink
rosé?
this rosé with? I mean, what would you eat this rosé with? Well,
Yeah.
You set yourself up for that one. I literally can't even.
You know something? I'm done.
You drunk?
For real.
Are you
I'm
really?
done.
Hilarious. So, I have a rule with pairing because you keep asking what do you do with it. It's generally if it grows together, it goes together. So if it's from the Mediterranean, I would eat it with Mediterranean food.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's a good
Italian
one.
wine,
If it
Italian
grows
food.
together, it goes
because
together.
it's
I
the
like
same
that.
soil, it's the same makeup, and so you're going to get kind of the same properties in the wine with the food, and
I
it's going to
like that.
mesh together and happily trot through your tongue. Go ahead.
That's what I was thinking when she said a big rose
You
together.
know it's coming, right? Welcome to my world.
I got a question. Is there a proper way to hold the actual wine glass?
So people, yes, but only because you don't want to warm the wine. So when you hold the wine like this or you hold it like this, the natural heat from your hand is just warming it. That's all. Okay. Otherwise, you hold it from the stem. It's not. A lot of people make that shit pretentious, like all that stuff pretentious. Is like, some wine is like, whatever. But there are purposes behind of some of those things that are, a reason that you have to do it or you should do it to make the experience more enjoyable.
What's our next one?
What's our next one? You know what? Let's open up some red for you.
Can I take that home?
Yes, this one's for you. I don't know where the other one is.
Okay.
Oh, it's all the way at the other end of the table.
All right, bring it down. That one.
This is not for you.
Did you see she just played
Can
me?
you just hand me the
No, I'm
Isaiah
just telling
Thomas
you,
back?
this is
I'm cool with everything
Did you
else.
just hear that? And
hand me
then
that- hand
everybody
me that
just hear
Zeke.
how she played me.
Zeke.
This one's for you. This
Zeke.
one is
You know
not
his
for you.
son DJs.
No, you
in,
can't
New
get
York.
Nathan if I
word?
can't get
DJ
Nathan.
Zeke.
Oh, for real?
You know that?
That's dope. Yeah, hand me this Zeke right here. This is what we gonna do. Okay, y'all go.
Zeke.
So I'm gonna ask this question one more time. Is it something that we can sell for you? We want to sell something.
You can sell Black Wine Experience tickets. The tickets go on sale. Oh. Like, hello. So I know. So yeah, this is a whole nother topic. So I sell.
Oh, these are beautiful.
Jewelry. My jewelry company is called Statements by Habibi, and it's statement pieces, things that you can wear by themselves, and just when you're chilling in your jeans or your shirt, or things that you can dress up. And I really started this brand because I wanted.
These are beautiful.
I want to empower women. I want people to feel good about themselves when they look in the mirror and not have to try that hard and whatever. So we have handmade brass jewelry. custom to my shop, so you're not really gonna find them anywhere else. And these happen to be mismatched. So
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that. That's really dope.
yeah.
So really quick.
Oh, wow.
Before we wrap up, can you give just the most novice person just some simple things,
Me.
some different rules? They step into a nice restaurant and they want to at least look like they know something. What would you tell them?
Don't kill the messenger, but don't order Moscato in the beginning. Moscato is a dessert wine. So
That Regina feelings hurt.
Actually, I don't like Moscato,
It's
so they're
a-
not.
what
so
you like?
Red wine. I don't like Moscato.
I don't know where that red wine is.
I know, but it better come back.
He got. No, it's two
No,
of
it's
them.
two
I
of
got
them.
two. Oh, he took them both. That's
You
between
can't
y'all.
be serious right now.
That's between y'all now. I'm gonna sit here and sip my wine.
I'm just
Go
gonna
ahead.
keep sipping the Zeke.
Not Moscato and
This
what?
a mofo.
So I want to touch on that real quick because people get real touchy. Like that's triggering for people, like the whole Moscato debate, because you feel like you're trying to shame people, and that's not the truth. The truth is, everybody starts with sweet wine, right? Everybody. The thing is, we get stuck at this sweet level because that's all that they market to us. And so my mission is always to make sure that we're putting our dollars in places that deserve them. And so if they're just continuously marketing sweet wine to you, it's because it's mass produced, it's easy, it's an easy market. They don't have to do any work to sell you anything. So it's nothing wrong with Moscato, but at least drink good Moscato. Drink Moscato from Italy. Drink, high quality Moscato. Don't drink that shit they give you in the store that has like arsenic and shit in it. Like, that's my issue with Moscato. But it's back to the restaurant thing. Moscato is a dessert wine. So if you're in a business meeting more specifically, don't do that. We have enough on our plate. Don't do that. Don't drink Kool-Aid at your business meeting. Like, just don't do it. It's just it's not okay. It's like golf. Wine is like golf. Wine is so powerful. It's the most socially acceptable drink, and it can create so many bonds and entries for you. And if you know how to use it to your power. And so, that's one of my things. You need to make sure.
I don't know. She has to tell me.
No, I mean you pick one. I was going. Oh,
Yeah, pick one.
here, Regina.
No, I would do this one.
No, that's why I kept this one.
That's rough. Like that's a stronger wine.
We'll definitely give him that one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, wait. You're going to try it. I'm going to let
You want me to open it?
Why don't you wait till you get home?
I thought everyone wanted to try it. I was going to share.
That's for you.
Oh,
I got Isaiah over here.
so sweet. This one over here is the Isaiah.
All right, so no Moscato.
Right.
Moscato.
Pay attention to where you are in the
Unless you're
list.
having
Right.
dessert.
So if you're in an Italian restaurant, the easiest thing to do if you don't know anything about wine is to order whatever looks Italian on the body glass list. Like,
That's good.
quick, right?
Right.
So you don't look stupid. If you don't feel comfortable, order something, call the SOM, call the waiter, make them look stupid. You don't want to look stupid because that's the thing, right?
Well, I tell people all the time. I always pull people to the side when I don't know. I tell kids when I lecture the kids, if you don't know now, right now could be the last time you don't know.
Right.
So pull somebody to the side, tip them. Like, what would be, what. And when people know that you don't know, they go out their way to make sure that you look good. So I
SOMs
usually
are not like that.
Huh?
SOMs generally don't do that.
Who?
There's sommeliers, the people who work, they're generally not going to go out of their way to make you look good. They're trying to make themselves look good, right?
So they're dicks.
A lot of times, yes.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. There's an insecurity that comes with wine that people don't want to admit. You either accept it and you realize you don't know everything. You're not ever going to know everything. Or you try to make it seem like you know everything. You make your customer look stupid or, feel stupid by, using these big words and all of that stuff. So the SOM is there to help you and you make sure they do their job. Okay. Like, if you don't know it, that's their job. They're supposed to come in and say, hey, this goes with this, blah, blah, blah. And it's more, makes you look better to call a SOM in and say, hey, what's your special tonight? Or what wines do you have going on? Or, I'm thinking about eating this. What would you recommend? Versus you trying to go and pronounce Merlot. It's Merlot and stuff like that. If you don't know, don't say nothing. Make them say it.
Okay, what about this wine?
So that's what I would say is a good substitute for Moscato. That's a black-owned Moscato. It's a Pinot Grigio blend, but And there are 2 other Black-owned Moscatos that, you can get and replace or add to your list. I'm just saying, add the black shit. Like, you got all
That
this power.
sums it up, you
use
guys.
money, add the black shit. Today is National Drink Wine Day, by the way, so it's like perfect.
awesome. Is it really?
It is.
That's awesome. I definitely have had some wine today.
Yeah. I'm gonna have some wine. I'm actually gonna have some wine.
So, is there a website for your jewelry that you can tell us?
Yeah, it's www.statementsbyhabibi.com.
How do you spell that?
Statements by
Wow.
Habibi.
I'm not sure.
No. I want you to say Habibi,
Habibi.
just so they know.
Habibi.
How do you spell it?
Habibi. Habibi.
Thank you.
Why?
So when they look it up, they spell it properly.
No, I'm talking
yeah.
about Regina was spelling out the websites all the time. That's what I'm.
I was doing that so that they can find it. Was that a problem? So
No, I didn't want you to think that we was. Never mind.
But also the wine stuff is at thehughsociety.com. And you'll see highlights of people. You see the different events. Like we've created a website where you can go and find Black wine events from around the country. The point of Hugh Society is for it to be a mecca. It's supposed to be a place where you can go and find anything that you're looking for wine-wise, especially Black wine-wise, education, people, resources, all of that kind of stuff. And so, the Instagram page is lit. Okay. I say so myself.
All right. Well, in closing, is there anything that you want people to know? Any advice? Any closing statements?
So follow Hugh Society. Look forward to the Essence Black Wine Experience tickets that are going on sale tomorrow. And, we have an event up in Baltimore. It's called Black Fluence at the end of the month. So, if you're in Baltimore and this is showing, pop in.
anything here in Atlanta?
I have not done a lot in Atlanta yet. I'm going to start doing a lot of events for Sherlyn because, Atlanta has this thing, right, where everybody thinks they're somebody, and it's just like everybody knows somebody. Everybody is a celebrity, and it just drives me insane.
I never felt that. I've been here for 20 years.
Wow.
I've never felt
Maybe
that.
you're the somebody.
Oh.
I am.
There you go. Somebody.
I had to be that. I am, but no. I think sometimes it's more about the circles.
She making googly eyes. I'm sorry.
You make googly eyes at least.
I mean,
No.
Oh shit!
no, she's making googly eyes at me. Stop.
Okay.
So that wine is working,
Yeah, it's
people.
popping.
People, that wine is happening right now.
I'm like, what? I'm laughing at her.
So,
Oh my God.
what is this?
It's Jordan.
3 pumps and a squirt.
It's
3
Jordan.
pumps and a squirt.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's jewelry.
You alright today, man?
Man, I'm cool, man. You
Yep.
opened up,
said
like
they're all
Corey said, you
handmade.
open up the kennel, shut the kennel. Open
Like
up the
real
kennel,
simple.
shut the kennel. You gotta let me out or put me in.
Oh, okay, I'll just keep you in, then.
Nice.
My Kobe earrings. See your Kobe earrings? You want to see my Kobe earrings?
Hold them up so he can cut them in for you.
Oh, the Kobe's.
So these are handmade. You've made all this jewelry. This is beautiful.
I don't make us.
Oh, okay, but
My talent is wine. I don't have a talent in jewelry making, but I have a talent in jewelry decorating.
oh, those are dope.
Yeah, right.
Those are the Kobe's. Mm-hmm. And why are they Kobe's?
Because they look like basketballs. But I love Kobe. I was so devastated. I mean, I'm still very upset about that. But these are brand new. They just came in. So
Let's see those.
These are my little dedication to Kobe.
Oh, those are nice. We might need to talk after.
Can you believe not one sip of alcohol? I made it through.
You made it through.
I'm disappointed.
Looks like you made it.
But I hope you feel better.
I do too, man. I
hope you
feel
do
like
too.
shit.
Oh, that's...
Well, we'd like to thank
Never
you for
good.
coming to the David.
Tell us your name again and the website, social media, so that people can follow you.
So my name is Tahara Habibi. You can follow me at the Hugh Society or at Statements by Habibi. And the website is www.thehughsociety.com.
What do your parents think about what you do?
That's an interesting conversation. I don't really have parents. That's next level. Yeah, I don't. That's. Everybody's so proud. Everybody is so proud of everything that I do.
Yeah, you turn that around like none of your fucking business. Yeah. No, there's a reason. There's a reason why I asked though. I mean, but if it's personal, you don't want to answer.
I mean, I'm not ashamed. I'm definitely not ashamed of my history, but it's sorted. It's not like I didn't grow up in like this 2-parent household with all of that stuff. My mom was on drugs the majority of my life, and my dad was not in the picture. So those parents, no. My sister kind of raised me. Well, she didn't kind of raise me. My sister raised me, and she's always proud of everything that I do. But it's a lot of history there. But I'm not. It's not personal. It's not like. My sister's name's Erica. She just turned 50 this year, 2 days ago.
Hey, happy birthday!
No, the only reason why I asked the question is because it seems like just the jobs that we're able to have, they're growing more and more every day. Like, if you were to tell a parent, 20 years ago that their child could be a millionaire for playing video games, you probably would have thrown the child out the house. You know what I'm saying? So what I always try to do is ask people questions, because there's so many young people that listen to my show that's going through situations where they probably don't get the type of support that they probably could from their parents.
That's true.
I didn't initially my dad didn't give a fuck until he saw the first $70,000 check, and then he was like, why you in the house now? Go rap. You want to go rap, motherfucker, rap. We want you to rap.
Right.
But that's the reason why I ask those types of questions, is so when a young lady who, probably doesn't have that support or have that structure, I don't try to I don't ever try to put people on the spot on my show. I just try to give some open dialogue, so that if somebody's going through something similar, or there's somebody, on this planet that looks like you, that's maybe going, I wasn't expecting that answer, but there's somebody out here that's going through the same thing.
But it's the truth, and people ask me all the time, like, why I always reference North Philly, because, I get articles all the time in interviews and stuff, and they ask me, like, why do you, because there's a little girl or a little boy in North Philly who doesn't see a way out, there's no light for them, they don't understand, like, what's going on around them, and so you need to see that representation matters, like, as a whole and in the micro sense, and so I'd never have a problem sharing my story.
Absolutely.
You know who else from North Philly?
Who?
His character.
Well, that too.
Who?
But the doll.
The who?
The doll in the office.
The doll, is it rubber doll?
Oh. Okay.
So it is a sex doll you're talking about? No. Oh.
But he want to keep me in the cage.
But that's not nasty.
Hmm?
I don't even know what you talk about, but if you hit that button, it is.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean?
No. That's protected sex.
Who is
Open
that?
the kennel.
Who is that?
Somebody
Who
is faking.
Jake Steeds.
Who is that? Who's
You want to know who this is for real?
I do.
He's back.
Let's say that was recorded in the old David Banner days.
Did he give himself a thumbs up?
I did.
I cannot.
This is the David Banner Podcast. Thank you all for tuning in.